Class of 2020. What can I say? It wasn't what we expected, right? For you guys, it was not the happy ending that you wanted. It wasn't the walking across the stage in front of your classmates. It wasn't finishing out your sports season that you wanted to do your senior year. It wasn't going to your senior prom. All of these things in your mind that you had dreamed of or wanted, it didn't end the way that you thought. But sometimes life happens like that. Life doesn't always go according to our plan. And again, this is a prime example. COVID-19 came and this pandemic happened and your senior year was cut short. But you know what? It's cooler than all of that is that Jesus stayed the same. Jesus has never left us. He's never forsaken us. He's always been with us through the ups and downs. If anything, this can be a perfect example of your future. Life is always going to throw you curveballs. Life is going to have its ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster. But it's what you do in these ups and down moments that really will define who you are. Guys, you have experienced something that most graduates will probably never go through. But don't take that and let it define you. Don't be bitter about it. Don't be mad about it. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to have frustration, but don't let this moment define who you are. Guys, you're going to be known as the class of 2020 that had COVID-19, and that it ruined your year. Don't look back and say my senior year was ruined. Say it sparked something new for me. It was a lesson for me. It was a challenge that I overcame. And because that's what you did. You overcame it. You dealt with it in the best way that you could, and you overcame it. I've watched pictures of some of you guys are graduating. Yes, it's different than what it looks like, but you still did it. You still finished the school. You still finished the work. You still graduated. And that's an accomplishment. Take that. Use that. Move forward with that. Take this life experience that you have dealt with for the last 4 months and continue to press on, to move forward. Use it. Don't look back and regret it. Don't look back and be mad about it. Look back and say, you know what? COVID-19 might have messed up my plan, but at the end of the day, it's not about my plans anyway. God knew this was going to happen. God has set this up from the day one. And you took it and you handled it. And for that, class of 2020, I'm proud of you. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your future. I'm excited for what God has in store for you later in life. I'm proud of you guys. This is a unique class. A lot of you kind of came later on, and I got to meet some of you kind of near the end of this time. But I'm so glad I did. Some of you I've known for most of my life, and it's been a joy to watch you grow up and to see you change and become who you are. Some of you guys, I just want God's plan for your life. I just want you to see that God is the key for your life. And He has so much for you, if you could just see that. Class of 2020, it's been an honor to lead you during this time. But I want you to know that even though our time here is coming to an end, our time as a relationship never ends. Amplify will always be your home. Real Life Church will always be your home. If you ever need anything, let us know. You know that you can call me or Ryan or Madison or any of the leaders at any time. You can rely on us. You're not a bother. Let me be honest, it's funny, speaking of this, I've got a senior from the class of 2017 that it literally has been texting me for the last 2 weeks about some other stuff that's going on in his life. And not one time has he bothered me. He continues to text me over and over and doesn't bother me because I enjoy having conversations with you guys, even after you're out of our ministry. A lot of times I have deeper conversations as you kind of head into this next season of life. And I want to have those conversations with you. So if you need anything, know that we're here. Amplify loves you guys. Real Life Church loves you. And all we do is we just want to support you in anything that you do. Class of 2020, it's been an honor. Enjoy your senior video.
Hi, my name is Leah Davis, and I'll be graduating from my home. I'm homeschooled. I'm also the valedictorian of my class of 1. I'll be attending Appalachian State University in the fall to study commercial photography. My favorite Amplify memory would be summer camp of 2018, I believe, when on the last night of camp, the worship was so powerful and everybody was getting so close. We were all just hugging and crying. And by the time the night of worship was over, we didn't even want to leave the worship facility because it was just so powerful. One word to describe my senior year would be growth. My one word for 2019 was grow, and I've kind of seen it carry over into 2020. I've grown a lot as a person, and I've learned a lot more about my faith and about the Bible and just life in general over the past year.
My name is Jesse Baldwin. I'll be graduating from East Gaston. My plans after high school are I want to own a couple businesses, maybe 1 or 2 of them. I want to be the owner of them. One word to describe my senior year would probably be short. Only got so far through the second semester, but it was fun while it lasted. My favorite memory from Amplify was probably camp. I learned a lot during that, and that's when I was saved, and that was my favorite memory.
Hey, my name is Haley Navarro, and I am graduating from East Lincoln, and I'm going to Western Carolina next year to study inclusive education. So my one word for senior year is growth. This year I've challenged different things through senior year of just figuring out where to go to college and figuring out my friends and things like that. And I really grew not only through Christ, but through relationships and through education. Amplify is a second family. It's just a second home that I can go to and spend time with amazing people that I've got to meet over the years. And I'm definitely grateful for our church, and just to have this ministry that I've been able to be connected with.
Hey, my name's Jordan Shelton. I'm graduating from Stuart Kramer High School. My plans are to go to Gaston College and get my paramedic. One word that describes my senior year is challenging, especially with the COVID going on. Taking a lot of college classes. EMT was really stressful, especially with COVID going on. What has COVID taught me about Jesus is that he never forsakes us. He's always with us.
Hey, I'm Sarah Roney, and I'm graduating from East Lincoln High School and going to Western Carolina University to study recreational therapy. Something I've learned about God through COVID-19 is that no matter what happens in your life, like if it's going good the way you want, or if something unexpected happens, He's always there for you, and He always stays the same. How do I describe my senior year in one word? It is what it is.
Hey, my name's Gabe Grady, and I'm graduating from East Gaston High School, and I'll be attending Gardner-Webb University to play basketball. My one word that would describe my senior year would have to be bittersweet, because I really enjoyed my senior year. I had a lot of fun and meeting and seeing everybody every day, but it was kind of cut short. My favorite memory from Amplify would be the lock-ins and being here and going out places and doing all the scavenger hunts that he did.
Hey, my name is Kylie. I'm graduating from East Lincoln, and I'm going to Wingate to study pre-med. One word to describe my senior year would be unpredictable. I chose that word because there's so many things that happened in my life this year that I didn't plan on. Favorite memory of Amplify was camp 2 years ago. It's where I truly found Christ for myself, and it was just overall a great experience.
Hey, my name is Abel Alvarez. I'm graduating from East Gaston High School, and I plan to attend Gaston College in the fall. My favorite memory from Amplify, probably when we played hide and go seek in the dark, the seniors. I don't think the other classes remember that night, but that was really fun. It's meant a lot to me. I've gotten close to a lot of people that I didn't know when I first came here, and I've just gotten closer to Jesus and to a lot of people.
Hello, my name is Liliana Rupel. I am graduating from East Lincoln High School, and I will be attending Western Carolina University this fall. What Amplified means to me is it's a family and a safe place that I can go to where I know there will be people who care about me, and I can learn about Jesus every day. One word to describe my senior year is difficult, and it's been difficult because I wasn't able to have my spring soccer season this year, which has really taken a toll. It's really upsetting. I don't know if I'll be able to walk this coming graduation, so hope for that. And it's just been hard on my family and myself, given that my mom is a healthcare provider.
Hi, my name is Ian Hampton. I'm graduating from Lincoln Charter School, and I'm going to CPCC, and then I'm going to be going to UNCC to pursue an engineering degree. So Jason asked me what's my favorite memory at Amplify. My favorite memory at Amplify is when we took this beach trip his very first year of being our student minister. The trip was so much fun because we had so much freedom. We could do whatever we wanted. We just had to have a partner with us so no one would get lost. And then one word to describe my senior year was, it was crazy. Like the corona, I got out of school early and they stopped giving us work after the second week of being out. So, I was loving it. I only had one AP test to do. My grades were amazing my senior year.
My name is Haley Puntek. I'm graduating from East Lincoln High School, and my plan is to attend Catawba Valley Community College for nursing. And after 2 years there, I'll go to a university. One word for my senior year would be unique, because no one else gets this opportunity to graduate a different way. We're doing staggered graduation for East Lincoln High School, and I find it kind of cool in my own way. And one thing I learned through COVID-19 about God is that it's not all about you, it's about Him and what He's got planned for you in your future. And you just have to focus on Him and let Him do what He's got to do for you.
Hello, my name is Garrett Smith. I'm a senior here at Amplify, and I will be graduating a couple months, or I guess really a couple weeks here. I'm homeschooled, so I'll be graduating from home technically. Not like much is going to change with the coronavirus anyway, but that's the plan there. After I graduate high school, I plan to go to Erskine College in South Carolina and get a degree in business, probably marketing or sales, but I'm really going down there to fish on their fishing team. I've got a scholarship to go down there and competitive bass fish, so that's my plan after I get out of high school. I'm gonna go to college, gotta learn, gotta find me a church down there, but also to fish, that's kind of the fun part. I've always kind of just fished. It's kind of been my thing growing up. I've played other sports, but just fishing really stuck with me. I've done it all throughout high school. First question was, what's my favorite Amplify memory? And I really have two of them. One would be at camp this past summer when we were doing the final day announcements of who won the overall points, and we won, and everybody just erupted, and it was so cool because everybody was all on one team. It was Amplify for us all to win. It was so cool, I think, to see everybody just go crazy, everybody else just, look at us like we just did something bad, So I think that was really fun to see. And then also when we have a service in the sanctuary here, and everybody goes up and prays. So if somebody needs prayer, everybody goes and prays for them. It's not really like a memory, but it's always cool to see that, and it's one of my favorite parts about it. And then I guess a word to describe my senior year is finish. Get through it. Put your head down and finish your senior year, because with coronavirus and all that kind of mess, I've really not wanted to finish. Just being homeschooled, you don't really have a set schedule, so you can do it when you get a chance to. But with me and fishing, I'm always out wanting to go fishing and not do my schoolwork and do other stuff. So it's always been it's been my biggest challenge this year is just to finish stuff. Not only school, just different, like just, I guess, chores, doing stuff with church, everything like that's been my biggest thing.
Hello, my name is Delia and I go to East Gaston High School. I plan to go to Gaston College and then transfer to a university for forensic science. My favorite memory from Amplify would be church camp 2 years ago. It really made my connection with God a lot stronger. And I learned during COVID a lot about Jesus and how valuable the time that you spend with Him every day is. To me, Amplify is a way that it really helps me to keep my relationship with God very strong because you have that support system and you have many people to go to whenever you're feeling down or you're feeling away. And it's just really fun and exciting to come every single week and to worship with everybody and to see everybody and be able to talk.
Hello, my name is KJ Dagout. I graduated from East Gaston High School. I'm going to Bridgewater to play football and major in business. My favorite memory from Amplify would have to be the high school retreat at Snowbirds and the summer camp at Crowder's Ridge because it was the best experience of my life and I can't wait to go again this year. And my one word to describe my senior year would be joyful, just because school's out and I get to spend time with all my friends and family, and it's just a good time.
What's up, Amplify students, and welcome to another night of Amplify Online. Man, I got good news. We are coming closer and closer to being back together. It might be a little bit different, maybe in phases, separating a couple of the groups, but I promise you we're coming back soon, all right? I will be sending out some information about that probably next week or the following to give you some more information. So let's start off the only way we know how to start off Amplify, with some worship. B, drop that music. Or DJ, drop the beat. I'm just kidding, all right. Man, isn't it great that we can worship together even though we're not together? You missed that last week. Man, right? You missed it. And I know you did because I missed it and I was mad that I didn't put a worship song. But hey, we're back today. We're going to look at this. So today, as you saw in the video right before the opening, we're talking to the seniors. It's graduation time for them. And so we want to honor them like we do every year. And so today's message is more geared toward the seniors, but that doesn't mean that you 7th and 8th graders, freshmen, sophomore, and juniors, that you can't get anything out of it. So don't tune me out. Don't turn this off. Stay connected, and I promise you, you will enjoy this lesson. All right? So first of all, seniors, can you believe it's already that time? It just feels like 4 weeks ago that you were getting kicked out of school from COVID-19, and you was like, oh, this is never going to happen. But here we are. It's time. You really thought you was going to have to go back to school and make up some stuff and then graduate like August, right? But no, it's graduation, man. Some of you have already graduated. Some of you are graduating this weekend. Not the typical graduation, but hey, it is what it is. But the one thing I love about graduation season is that everyone's so positive and encouraging. Your parents, your friends, your leaders, your youth pastor, your all of this stuff. Everybody's positive, right? Everybody's encouraging. Everybody is giving you advice. And the one thing that you are always asked is, where are you going to college, or what are you doing next year? And you could probably answer that with your eyes closed. Even if you didn't already know the answer, and you've already answered it 100 times, even if it was the first time, you could still answer that with your eyes closed. I don't get the joke or the saying of that, but hey, you know what you're doing next year. But you're overwhelmed with these phrases and praises and stuff, and the teachers are excited, and And then what's funny is there's teachers that are giving you praises and encouragement, and you're like, I didn't even know she liked me. But what really is they're just excited that you're leaving. So I bet they celebrated when COVID-19 hit to get you out of their classroom, right? Maybe, I don't know. So anyway, so let me ask you this. How many of you are excited to be graduated? How many of you, raise your hand, keep your hand raised if you are surprised that you're graduated. Okay, I'm just kidding. Don't raise your hand for that because we already know who you are, all right? But seriousness, do you know what is cool about graduation that you guys probably missed out on? Graduation ceremony can be kind of rough. You have to line up, march in, sit down, listen to every single name being called. And you're just sitting there, and then you have someone that speaks, and then they talk, and you're like, oh, is this ever going to end? I promise you college is worse because there's a lot more students. But graduation for high school can be just as long. When I graduated, we had over 600 students in my senior class. It was a long time. So, but because you guys didn't get to experience that, you didn't have to sit through that, I thought it would be nice if I read some of my favorite graduation speeches, quotes, per se, to you. So I want you to enjoy, all right? Quote number 1. Be a Fruit Loop in a world of Cheerios. Be a cupcake because cupcakes are muffins that believe in miracles. Just saying. If you think you are too small to be effective, you have never been in bed with a mosquito. I like that one. That was funny. When they hand you your diploma, keep moving, just in case they try to take it back. For you, most of you probably didn't. Well, some of you got to walk across the stage and grab a diploma. Keep moving. Don't let them take it back. All right? Follow your passion. Stay true to yourself. Never follow someone else's path unless you're in the woods and you're lost. And you see a path, then by all means, follow that path. All right? If you're ever lost, follow the path. All right? We don't want you getting lost in the woods, all right? And finally, the last quote to bore you with is this one. If at first you don't succeed, find out if the loser gets anything. Yes. These are all quotes that have sometime been said during a graduation speech. I'm pretty sure that I would probably have said none of those in a speech. But anyway, all seriousness, you were given so much encouragement during the graduation season. By the time you actually graduate, you believe nothing can stop you from possibly becoming the next American Prince Harry, or maybe the next Christopher Columbus sailing down the Mississippi River, right? That's who he was, right? Or maybe with the new Neil Armstrong landing on your new campus, all right? Or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson made at Anytime Fitness with your 5-pound dumbbell. I will say, KJ, you have probably the best shot. You're going to play football at college. KJ's going to come back swole, you know? Be like, KJ, what happened? You know? Or anybody can go to the gym and work out. I'm just saying he has the best opportunity because he's playing football and to be working out every day. So, you may be the next world changer. There's no doubt that I see great potential in this class. You guys are amazing. But let me ask you some questions. I have a few questions I want to ask you. What happens when you don't measure up to what other people want or to the dreams you have? What happens? What happens when you make a mistake or experience a major setback to the plans you might have right now? What happens when you procrastinate and you fail one of your college classes, or you make a bad relationship decision? What happens when you make a dumb decision with your money or say something that you shouldn't have said? What happens when your dreams don't turn out exactly the way you planned them? How will you get through that? How will you navigate that broken road? Will your faith in Jesus still be intact to get you through it? And the truth of that, I have experience, and that we know from the Bible, is that we will all have to face challenges. We will all have to face trials and challenges. Jesus even told his disciples that in this world you will have troubles. And you see, the question is not, will you experience failure, setbacks, and heartache, but how, when, why, and where. Even for those of you who have faith that is really, really strong, you will still experience those setbacks and trials. But think of it like this. Here's an illustration for you. Any car you could ever drive or own is going to need some maintenance, right? And repairs at some point in time. That doesn't not mean that the car is bad. It's a bad car. That's not what I'm saying. But in reality, it's just when you own a car, you're going to need to do some maintenance and repairs. It's just given. It's not the question if it will break down. The question is what, when, and where. And how much is it going to cost? Because let's be real, that's always the biggest question. So that's why you can buy car insurance and warranties for the car you drive. These things can help prepare for when that time comes. You can buy a brand new Mercedes. In reality, that car still at some point could break down or will break down especially if you don't keep up with some of the maintenance it needs. For an example, my plan, this was when I was in college, I was driving the Camaro. Some of you remember that. Maybe some of you don't even knew I had a Camaro. I was rolling, right? I was styling. So I was on my way home. I was training for some triathlons during that time. So my plan, I needed to get home. I needed to run, do schoolwork, be done, right? So I leave school. I'm on my way home. I'm getting ready to drive up onto the ramp on 85. And I'm telling you, I hit the curve, and all of a sudden, my car just cuts off, and I could not steer. First of all, scariest moment, one of the scariest moments of my life, because I had no control of my car, and I'm merging onto 85. It was not good. But it turned out my timing belt had literally come off. And so luckily I had enough time. I stopped the car right before I merged, and then so I ended up having to push it back into the little median, and it broke down. And there I was, stuck on the side of 85 for about 4 hours, waiting on my dad to call someone with a trailer so we could get it picked up and all of this, because I couldn't just leave my car sitting on the side of the road. And so my plans were changed. My car broke down. And so in the same way, even if your faith is strong right now, and I had faith in my car. I take care of it. I washed it. I changed the oil. It had gas, like all of that stuff. I had faith in it, but it still broke down. In the same way, even if your faith is strong right now, you're going to encounter challenges. I don't mean this to be depressing. I actually think that a gut check here sets us up for the greatest faith, because it can cause us to be more prepared for the challenges we will face. You see, I believe that greatness isn't measured by the absence of failure, but by the character formed through it. Let me say that again. I believe that greatness isn't measured by the absence of failure, but by the character formed through it. And so that's why James 1 verses 2 through 3 says this: to consider it pure joy, my brother and sister, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. But you probably already know that. You will face challenges when you go out into your future. You know this. I think we all do, because we're humans. And so Isaiah 40, verse 30, we're going to kind of stick around this verse here for the next little bit. Isaiah 40, verse 30 says this, that even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. And so I could go on for days about the some of the dumbest mistakes that I've made and the setbacks that I've faced in the past 14 years since my graduation. Yeah, can you believe it? It's been 14 years since I graduated. Crazy. Doesn't feel like 14 years. Time goes by fast. I will say, though, after you graduate, time feels like it speeds up. But anyway, I mean, the relationship choices, the unwise financial decisions, the hurtful words spoken, the helpful words unspoken, the failed ventures, the untried adventures. There's all these things in my life that I've faced, that I have setbacks. But there's nothing new. I'm not the only one that has experienced challenges in my life. If you look around at the people you admire and seek to follow, the ones you strive to be like, they have all experienced challenges and yet have been transformed through them. Why? Because failure through Christ becomes the core of greatness through the transformation of your character. Will you let your struggles define you, or will you lean into Jesus and soar? Let me read the passage that comes around verse 30 of Isaiah chapter 40 that I just shared with you. Starting with verse 28, it says this: "Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But," I want you to pause for a second, because the most important word in this is that word but. And I don't mean but as in like butt jokes, but let's be real. We're mature here, senior class. The butt jokes are for the middle schoolers, right? Because they get all cracked up on them, right? You get it? But seriously, but, B-U-T, is the most powerful word in this passage. It says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." Notice that in this entire passage, it does not say that we will get away without challenges. We will all grow tired and weary. We will all stumble and fall. We will all experience setbacks and failures. These are just a part of being human. You are not alone. Guys, you just experienced COVID-19 in your senior year of high school. Talk about a setback. There's your setback. You've already experienced one. But it's how you handle it. It's how you get up from those experiences. How do you lean into God even more during those challenges, during those setbacks? That's what builds your character. That's what pushes you forward. But did you know that people have failed before but then continue to succeed? Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first TV job. She has her own channel. Steven Spielberg was rejected twice by the prestigious USC School of Cinematic Arts. Thomas Edison's teacher said of him that he was too stupid to learn anything. Walt Disney was fired from one of his very first jobs because he lacked imaginations and good ideas. It's a good thing that greatness isn't measured by the absence of failure, but the character formed through it. Otherwise, we would not have many of the major leaders in the church today. Adam and Eve fell to temptation and sin, and yet God used them to start the human race. Jacob swindled and manipulated his place in his family, and yet God made him the father of the nation of Israel. Moses, who was full of excuses and could not speak in front of people, and yet God used him to be the leader of the nation of Israel. King David, who was too small for battle, failed in adultery and murder, but yet still beat Goliath and was remembered at the end of his life as a man after God's own heart. Solomon, who had a weakness for beautiful women, was made to be one of the wisest men to ever live. Peter, who denied Jesus at the most critical moment in all of history, was restored by Jesus and became the rock of the church. Paul, who was filled with murderous hatred for Christians and yet was chosen by God to be saved and used as one of the foundation leaders of the Christian church. So I hope you will see clearly greatness isn't measured by the absence of failure, but by the character formed through it. If you walk alone, apart from Jesus, you will stumble through your circumstances. But if you walk with Jesus, you will soar. As you go through this graduation season, as you enter a new and exciting season of life, please remember this word to you. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary, and they will walk and not be faint. Don't let your struggles define you. Instead, lean into Jesus and soar. Class of 2020, it's been an honor to serve you and to lead you and to get to know you. Guys, it's been fun. It's crazy. But our time together isn't over. This relationship is just changing. It's in a new form. We're more of a distance relationship. But it's okay. We're still there. Guys, I love you. Amplify students, thank you guys for joining in as well. Guys, you can still take some of this. Every year is a new year for you. You can use the same stuff and lean into God. There's new struggles that you face every single day. Use it. Lean into Jesus in this. Guys, we love you. We're praying for you. Guys, we are excited that we are getting closer and closer to getting back together. I can't wait to stop looking at this camera and being able to see all your faces here. Guys, we love you. I miss you. Stay safe out there. Enjoy. Thank you. God bless. Ba, 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 ba.